Alright you guys, we are back with another One Piece manga review. Today we have chapter 1159 titled The Island of Destiny. Now, we don't have a lot of time to waste, so let's get right into it. We have the cover story and it shows Yamato, Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 41. The group heads back to the flower capital, chowing down on some apples. And we kick off with a narration that says 39 years ago, Pirate Island, Hachinasu. As hell broke loose, Don Malone and the others were killed. They were on guard duty last night. The Dawn couldn't protect her. It couldn't be. Who the hell did this? So we see that Don Malone died. It literally says that he's been killed. And it sucks because we didn't really get much of Don Malone. And I thought his design was pretty cool. So we see that everyone is devastated. Someone kidnapped our Shaki. It only took the preparing party a few hours, but they left no trace. The pirates were distraught and shaking with rage. And we see here that clearly we know who the culprit was because of Wang Ji's face. Wang Ji is usually the one who was gonna slime out everybody, he's just like that one character who I forgot what's his name, but he was in Fishman Island and he had that one tongue, the dude with the mud fruit. I think that was what that was. And we see Roger. He says, "Damn you rocks, how could you let this happen? I'm gonna kick your ass." Word was spread across the sea and the people sank into deep despair as the world's economy ground to halt for several weeks. The Shaki has to have some massive motion in order to stop the world's economy. And then we cut to God Valley 1 year later, West Blue. And we see Garling and his wife with Shanks and Shamrock. She says, "Garling, I'm so happy. I always knew you'd come back. Shamrocks and Shanks, it's your father." Garling says, "Twins, huh? How precious. They are your kids. Why don't you stay here with me?" And Garling says, "Well, if we were to share a home, it certainly wouldn't be here. This island won't be around for much longer." The weird part to me is that we don't even get to see Shanks or Shamrock's mom's face. We don't even get to know her name. Guys, while I'm editing this, I realized not only did we not get to see Shanks and Shamrock's mom's face, but we also didn't get to see Teach's mom's face. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm on the boat of Teach and Buggy being related. So maybe, who knows, maybe not. But the mom could probably have a clown nose. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't think we came across her name. No, I don't think we did. That's crazy. So, we continue with, it says, Garling continues and he says, "Besides, I already secured a worthy bride for myself and placed the order. She will be mine, provided I triumphed in the upcoming tourney." Tourney, she says? And then in cold blood, Garling kills Shanks and Shamrock's mom right next to the kids. They literally, Shanks and Shamrock are in a baby carriage. And this is all in the same panel too. And they in just cold blood. I wonder if something like that will stick around with them. Garling is such an evil character. "Begin the preparations," Garling says. And we see the civilians of God Valley. They say, "Navy ships from the world government? That's right, they've surrounded the whole island. Are they searching for some vile criminal? Get the children inside." And then we see a bunch of Marines with backpacks. "Limit yourself to tranquilizer rounds. If they don't resist, just capture them." And among these Marines, we see a very special Marine. And that Marine is none other than Monkey D. Dragon. So, Dragon was in God Valley when all of this happened. A young Monkey D. Dragon. We see that he says to his commander, "Lieutenant Commander, what exactly is the goal of this operation?" He says, "It's a training exercise. Now zip it. You are 10 years too early to be questioning orders, cadet." "Squad leader, what's the deal with this upstart?" "My apologies, he's still in training." The lieutenant commander says he's 10 years too early. I think people are saying that he's around 17 years old here. That's around the same age as Luffy whenever we got introduced to him. Well, whenever he started sailing around the seas. And as these Marines are running into the village, we see some civilians asking them questions. One of them says, "Excuse me, what's going on?" And out of nowhere, he gets shot with a tranquilizing round. And this is crazy because they are capturing everybody. Nobody is safe around here. Not the women, not the children. It's kind of crazy what's going on, man. They literally have guns pointing at them and everything. That is insane. Run! They are capturing everyone. But why? And it shows us this great panel of Dragon. Oh man, what a great design. Dragon even has his iconic tattoo. At first, he has it in his face. Then later on, we see that he has it in his leg. And now we see that he has it. Well, it began with on his arm. And I don't think it's a tattoo. I think it might be like a bandana type thing. We see him struggling to shoot these civilians, trying to convince himself it's okay. He says, "It's okay. Tranquilizer rounds shouldn't kill anyone." And it shows us this awesome panel. Marine, Monkey D. Dragon, future supreme commander of the Revolutionary Army. Father of Luffy. "Sorry, if you let me detain you, I won't shoot. I don't know what's going on, but I'm leaving the island. Out of my way." Bang bang! He shoots both of them. "Put on your mask. It's sleeping gas." The next panel, it shows the Navy prison ship transporting slaves. And in this ship, we see a young Ginny and a young Ivankov. So because of Ginny, she's leaking information about God Valley and its whereabouts. And because of her bravery work, she leaks the intel and it gets around. And the first person that it shows us who got around to is none other than a young version of Morgans, president of the World Economic Journal. And he's trying to bribe Cyberpol. "Don't be coy. You guys must have caught wind of that transmission too. Let's skip the part where you pay me off. You'd rather keep this story quiet, right? He's just some kid running a local newspaper with fancy name. How does he keep getting this intel? Don't push your luck, kid. You'll be erased. Just try and stop me, fools. I'm gonna leak the news to the pirate island anyways." And that's how everybody else gets news about Sheki and the whereabouts. "It's Sheki, she's alive. Is this for real? I'm so relieved. Where did you say she is? God Valley? Where is that?" And we see Wang Ji's slimy ass. He says, "This smells fishy. Can we trust this source?" And honestly, this guy has the nerve to still stick around. I mean, yeah, they're the Rocks Pirates and they're all bad and whatnot, but man, get this guy out of here, man. Get this guy out of here. There's no doubt about it. The Navy is in turmoil. She's gonna be a prize in the Celestial Dragon tournament? So those damn government bastards were the ones who kidnapped her. The Celestial Dragon human hunt. I always figured that was a baseless rumor, says Newgate. Looks like they're putting devil fruits for grab too, Kaido. Didn't you want one? What do these ones do? These fruits could be perfect for my kids, says Big Mom. What is this, some sort of trap? Shut up. If you've got cold feet, you can stay behind on the island. Let's move to Gar Valley. So we see that everybody is getting intel about this leak. First it started with Morgans, then it started with Pirate Island, and now it's cutting to Roger and then Garp. We see Summer say, "It's pretty far, but we should make it in time. Y'all are with me, right fellas?" And Rayleigh is among these guys yelling, "Of course we are. Rox is already on the move. We can't let him get ahead." Their narration says, "It was an unlikely turn of events, but this small leak led to the mobilization of all the toughest men on the seas." And then it shows us Rox D. Zebek's ship sailing to Gar Valley until a giant ship stops them in their tracks. And in this giant ship is King Harland. And he says, "They said your entire crew was obsessed with that woman. That's how I knew I was able to intercept you here, Rox. You know, if we fought without any regards for our own lives, we could sink your puny tiny little ship with ease. See that vessel out there? It's a government surveillance ship." Man, that's crazy. Harlan kinda has the government on their side since they could have a government surveillance ship. So Rox says, "So you're still trying to curry favor by playing the government's lapdog. You may be the king of the overgrown brutes, but you're still underestimating us." Oh man, look at this. This is such a cool, oh man. When people say no way, Rox had all of these powerhouses under their rule. This is the panel that you have to show them right here. It shows Rox, Big Mom, Kaido, and Newgate right on his back. Oh man, that is such a cool panel. That is honestly such a cool panel. Are y'all really content to let the government sit back and watch as we tear each other apart? You are nothing but a giant lunatic clinging to your decluded version of progress. Why don't we have a talk? Just the two of us. This is actually quite a little funny bit. We show these two having a little standoff and then
Okay.
whoa, what the fuck was that? And then in the next panel, we just see them having a drink together. All they really wanted to do is just have a little talk right before possibly be the last time they could see each other. We see Harling and Rox having a drink. You must have an idea where we're going and what we're doing. Listen, this is for your ears only. I ain't gonna tell anyone else, not even my own crew. I've got a hidden name. It's Davy D. Zebek. You're... oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Davy D. Zebek. It's not Rox D. Zebek, it's Davy D. Zebek. He is from the lineage of the legendary pirate Davy D. Jones. Wow, dude. Brother, this is big. This is big news. Oh my god. Harlan says, you're really not called Rox? I reckon the world government has been trying to erase this specific name for a long time. It's tied to the lineage of the legendary pirate Davy D. Jones. The name still commands some influence in the underworld even now, but it's barely scraping by. Ooh man, take a look at this panel. This is how you know this means something to Rox, because he's taking his drink. He's chugging that fucker down, and you know you're chugging it down and you give off a face like, oh man, just look at this. I ain't sure if the timing was good or bad, but 2 years ago I had a kid. To keep him totally safe, I sent my family away back to my hometown. Told him to count on the Davy clan. Man, this is big, guys. This is big. I see. So your kin, your wife, and your child back in your hometown. But why are you revealing your weak spot to me? My hometown is God Valley, says Rox. Are you saying the government staged this just to lure you in? Nah. The Celestial Dragons are gathering there, right? They wouldn't want me crashing their party. They just made a mistake. Still, it feels like destiny is pulling me in, dragging me back. Taking Shaki was their biggest blunder. As long as I get my wife and kid to safety, I'll be at peace with whatever happens next. But it doesn't feel like luck is on my side anymore, Harlan. Lend me your hand. And Harlan still says no. No way, I'm gonna sink you right here and now. Is that so? Bring it on. And Harlan says to his crew, don't interfere. But Harlan throws this fight because he doesn't want to get in the way of Rox. Rox is trying to save his wife, clan, and kid, and this is something that he'll step aside for. So we see a narration and it says, it's hard to believe, but every 3 years the Celestial Dragons choose an unaffiliated nation rich in resources, and they turn it into a hunting ground where they slaughter all the natives for sport. Man, every 3 years. So that has to mean by the beginning of One Piece, around there, between the beginning of One Piece and the time skip, there might have been another Celestial Dragon hunt. So we're by the end of the chapter now. It was a very short chapter. We see an announcement and they are saying, now we present the grand prize of this tournament. Beyond all the rare devil fruits up for grab, in one of the calm belts of the Grand Line lies the Island of Women. Behold the former empress, the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Shaku Yaku. The winner can decide to keep her as a wife or as a slave. Since her capture, she's been kept spotless and pristine in every way. She's the very definition of a priceless treasure. And we see a bunch of grimy, slimy Celestial Dragons. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, I really wish we get a moment of dragon punching a Celestial Dragon, just how like Luffy did. So while all of this is going on, we see Dragon in front of this lady, and this lady is pleading for help. She says, please help oh my god, and she is on the verge of dying. Her voice is soft and it says, my kids, you have to get them off the island. Don't let him take them. She says, come here, Teach. It'll be all right. You have to survive. Oh my gosh, man. Okay, let's put these two things with exclamation mark. She says, my kids. So there's more than one. There's probably two, probably three, but I'm gonna say there is two. Now, here's the thing. Here is the thing. What if, all right, the second kid is Buggy? What if? Okay, what if, man? What if it's Buggy? I don't know, because we haven't got anything about Buggy, so it's just a theory. It's just a wild thought. I thought that back in the SBS, Oda said that Teach had some sisters. I can't recall if I'm right or wrong. We end off with the announcer saying, every world noble knows the tourney features several super rare rabbits to hunt. This year, we've not only secured a brat from the Buccaneers tribe, but for the first time in 800 years, we've also uncovered members of the Davy clan. So in this great hunt for the Celestial Dragons, they have devil fruits for prizes, Shaku Yaku as a prize, and they're hunting down Kuma and members of the Davy clan. Man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. The next chapter 1160, I can't wait, and it's gonna be so big. I want to stay away from spoilers, but I feel like it'll be inevitable for me to run into them, so we'll see what happens. Man, honestly, dude, this chapter is heavy. We're getting a lot, and there is more to come. But that'll be it. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you guys think about this chapter down in the comments. And if you stick around for the end, leave a like. Consider subscribing, because there will be more where this came from. So, alright. Stay safe, everyone. See ya.